All right, welcome back. This week on episode 2, we are going to focus on just the masking of the photos. So last week we went through and we did a whole photo, edited it from start to end. That included the changing the colors, exposure, highlights, shadows, you name it, we did it. We had masking that also, and then we even jumped over into Photoshop. So this week, I'm just going to stick to the masking. It'll probably be a shorter video, maybe between the 5-10 minute mark, but I feel like this is a very important step in the process of editing a photo inside of Lightroom. So I really want to show how I go about it, what I do, and the things that I'm actually looking for. So let's jump right into it. Okay, here we are over in Lightroom. So as you can see, this is the 1954 Bel Air. The image was taken at a dealership, and this is the raw photo, which is available to you if you want to follow along and edit. I will leave a link down in the description. It should just be a link to the Dropbox file, so you can download that. Okay, so with masking, I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. I'm not gonna go through how I make every mask, but instead, I already have a photo with all the masks already applied to it. This is the colors that I actually ended up with. So my idea here was I want to make the photo a little bit darker, but I also just want to make that car pop and then kind of change the color of the blues that are on the car. So you're gonna see I'm gonna just use a mask to change the paint just a little bit, and that's gonna give us this final look where the viewer's eye should go straight to the car and you should just see that kind of pop out just a little bit. Okay, so let's get into masking, and we're on the final photo now. And if you want to see the mask, you can just go ahead and click this little icon over here, which will show all of your masks. We'll go ahead and open those up. And as you can see, you can hide, show the mask, and this is going to be the difference here that we're going to work for. One thing I don't like about Lightroom is that you can't reorder these masks, so it might kind of look like I'm going out of order, but that's because as I created them, I wasn't really working it in any defined way. I kind of just jumped around and I got what I got. But I'm going to create them, and I'm going to copy and paste how just a good way to do it. So starting from the bottom one, and this is the linear mask that I always kind of do first, and the idea is to, again, draw the user's eye, go straight to that subject in the middle of our screen. So I like to do a top and a bottom linear gradient mask. Sometimes I do them on the side too. It just depends on the composition of your photo. So I'm gonna actually copy these, and I'm gonna show you how you can do that. So if you see this copy down here, be sure that none of these are checked. We don't want to copy anything else in this case. We just want to copy the masking. So as you can see, I got my bottom and top already checked here. So we're going to copy them. And let's go over to our photo that doesn't have any of the masks applied to it. And we just click paste. And you see, now I have the bottom one and the top one there. So the photo's getting darker, so now I like to go and find my subject. I'm gonna highlight my subject, I'm gonna make it brighter. I'm gonna really make it pop out. So let's go back to our final one, and as you can see here, I always just use the subject mask inside of Lightroom. It does a really good job, I feel. Depending on what you're shooting, I do some sports photos as well, and sometimes those really struggle to find the subject, and you'll just have to go and remove the masks. But in this case, it did a pretty good job of finding the car that I was looking for. And I will go ahead and now copy this one. And we just have it called subject 1 in this. So let's copy that. Go back over our photo. Paste again. Are you sure you want to come with mask? And we'll go ahead and merge. So in this case, all I did was turn the exposure up, and that's what makes it actually the car pop just a little bit more. We still got the same color, and we're going to change that in with the next mask. So let's go back over, expand those. So as you can see, I named this one paint, and this is pretty much the subject mask we just did. However, I'm only highlighting the painted areas. I removed everything that I didn't want to change, This is due to us, I changed the exposure, made it a little bit brighter. And then I also lowered the temperature here, which is going to give it that more of that blue tint that we're going for. I also modified the highlight shadows, whites, and blacks just a little bit too. So let's go ahead and copy the paint. We'll come back over our photo here and let's paint that. Sorry, let's paste that. We'll go ahead and merge that in there too. Okay, so see how that made that blue pop out a lot more. This is before, and now this is after. So that's a big difference. It really makes that car pop and really stand out. Okay, the next one was a background mask, which I just did the inverse of the first subject here to create this background. And this one, we're just gonna bring back down the whole image. We're just gonna make it darker around the car. So as you can see, I just did exposure. I just brought it down to -0.23. Didn't change anything else. So let's go ahead and copy that mask. Copy, let's go to our image here. And now all of this here around the car should get darker. Merge that. And as you can see, it all got darker there. Before, after. All right. So the next masks that we did were these are all highlights that I like to call them. This, I wanted to make the wheels brighter. So as you can see, here's a before, and here's an after. Before, after. The lights here, I wanted to make pop just a little bit too. So before, after. Just make them brighter. And all I'm doing is adjusting the exposure for all these. So exposure's up, exposure's up there. This was, show the overlay here. You can see it just made the hood ornament, the front Chevy sign, I believe is what it was. Again, those things too, just kind of make them pop just a little bit more. Take the overlay off so you can see it a little bit better. And this last one was a background. This area back here, I didn't really like the darkness of it, so I just wanted to make it just a little bit lighter. So just a personal preference. So let's go ahead and copy the rest of these, the wheels, lights, highlights, background. We're going to copy them, go to our image, paste. So we're going to get asked again to merge these, merge those on, and now you can see, highlight the wheels, highlight the lights, hood ornament, and then our background. And that gives us the final look of the image that we were going for. Turn all the mask off. The photo doesn't really look the best this way, but then the masking can really change how the whole photo feels, how it looks, and where the user's eye is going to. So let's wrap it up. Okay, so I hope that video helped to show how important masking is when it comes to editing photos. The idea again is to draw the user's eye to a specific area in the photo, perhaps a subject or maybe just an area that you want to highlight. So the subject masks are very useful. Change the exposure to make things brighter. Then also I like to use the linear gradient mask to actually make subjects, or not the subject, but the area around the subject darker. It just really just draws the user's eye into that specific area. So I hope this helped. Let me know if it did. If it did not, leave a comment and stay tuned until the next episode. Thank you.